I create black art because it keeps me alive. It's the only thing that inspires me to just feel like I've done something. For me, when I'm creating something and I see the end result, the fur goes up on the back of my neck and I feel like I've achieved something. I'm Jay Blades and I reimagine old furniture, which basically means I get an old piece of furniture, I put some lovely fabric on it, or I put some paint on there and I make it funky. I make the undesirable desirable, is basically what I do. I think I was always a crafts person, but for me, in the early days, it was more to do with make do and mend. When you're poor, you make do with what you got and you just put things together and that's it. But what inspired me to go fully into the craft world was supporting young people. I started running a charity called Out of the Dark, which taught young people how to restore and revamp old furniture. And it was mainly dealing with young people who were hard to reach and had problems. Probably had problems with academia or anything along those lines. And we just wanted to show them that you can actually achieve something through making something. The path that got me into the craft world was a path that's been there for so many years, and it's called community. When I got into the craft world, I knew nothing about the craft world. So what I did is I reached out to the community and asked people if they would be willing to teach me and the young people at the same time. These were retirees from the industry. I think the oldest teacher I had was a 92-year-old that taught us how to cane and rush a chair. I didn't really do any training. I knew nothing about upholstery, restoration, all that kind of stuff. I had to learn it from the community. And I think very similar to the black community, when you reach out to people and they're willing to help and they offer their help, that's the best form of teaching that you can get. I enjoy all of it, the whole process, the beginning, the middle, the end. And sometimes when you get to the end is wrong. I'm very fortunate that I have fabric. It's a very small amount of the time that it doesn't work. But the whole process, when you're seeing something come to life, it's like, wow. I haven't encountered any obstacles. The problem with me is that I don't see obstacles. I see something that is stopping me and I will find a way to get round it. Imagine there's a door that you're knocking on and that door's not open for you. What I then do is either create my own door or go around the side. Why go like the Oliver Twist with your hand out saying, can you give me this? Do it your own way. See if you can create something yourself, and that's what I've done. I saw there was a problem in the community. I started volunteering with an organisation. I thought they wasn't doing it really great, so then I set my own one up, and then I achieved what I wanted to achieve. And my ambition is to make sure there are more people like me. It's to influence people that I'm never going to meet, but make sure that they can see me doing it so they know there is a path that they could follow as well. If someone is looking to get into this as a career or a hobby, I would say you should volunteer or work alongside as many people as you possibly can. I started out doing kind of like upcycling, and I believe a true upcycler is someone that knows all of the disciplines. So you'll know a bit of woodwork, restoration, upholstery. You need to know it all, because when you're upcycling, you're going to come across loads of different materials. So learn as much as you possibly can. If you're looking to get into this, learn, learn, learn. I'm still learning now and I'm 51. You can't stop learning. The only advice I could give a younger person who's similar to me, I would say enjoy your life. And you never know where it's going to take you. So meet as many people as you possibly can. Come out of your comfort zone. The one thing that I believe that was really beneficial for me was the ability to just go into environments and not really know what I was getting into, but something happened that gave me a beautiful outcome. And that's the way. If I stayed in Hackney on the council estates, I would be thinking the same way as people that were just kind of still there. For me, travel out, you meet different people, you have different opinions, they have different opinions. And sometimes they shape your opinions differently. So enjoy your life, enjoy it, and come out of that comfort zone. In the future, I think the field of craftsmanship is going to look so diverse, like the community that we live in. If you look in the community is full of loads of different races, sexes, the whole shebang. You look at the craft world, it's a little bit one-sided. It needs to change, as a lot of institutions need to change, and they need to take on board that different opinion or a different kind of viewpoint of how things should be. In the craft world, I have come across a lot of old stuffiness, let's say, for instance. So I might put one button on a chair, I might paint one leg, I might put a fabric in a place where it shouldn't be going, because I do things a little bit unorthodox. But That's my flavor. That's where I've come from. That's my culture. That's my heritage that I'm expressing in the craft. So in the future, I believe that everybody should be able to contribute towards this thing called craft. And it just makes all of the craft that is out there more richer for that. The reason why I participated in Black Artisans is because it's necessary. When I got into the craft world, there wasn't many people looking like me, but I knew there was Black Artisans. There was people actually doing this. So why wasn't they at the table? Why were they always left to the side? And when you think about it, and when you see that, and then you're actually someone who is celebrated, put in certain shows, and people talk about it, it's like, well, I'm not the only one. There are other people. So for me to participate with the Black Artisans, it's like, well, why wouldn't you? Because they're celebrating people that are already here, have been here, and haven't got the recognition. That's kind of a no-brainer for me. From Hackney to where I am now, my creative journey, what has it been like? To tell an honest truth, I'm still living this journey, and it's one of those things where I don't get much time to sit down, pause, and take it all in. I'm just always doing. I never thought in a million years, and I still don't think now, that where I was brought up in Hackney to where I am now, there is a direct connection. And I never anticipated when I was growing up on the council estate that someone like me will be where I am now. It was never an option. So to be where I am now with an MBE as well, wow.